Hello students, this is Smriti Singh. Welcome to your own channel LLS with SS. Now today I am going to teach you human reproduction third part female reproductive system in English medium only. So watch my full video. Now let's start. Female reproductive system. Today we are going to discuss the human female reproductive system. So see, this is the diagram of a human female reproductive system. It is located in the pelvic region just below the abdomen cavity, where our stomach and intestine or all that existed there. Just below the part of abdomen, it is located here, pelvic, in the pelvic region. So see what is their parts and what are the organs that makes reproduce function, that can occur the function of reproduction. What is the role of that part? Let's discuss about this. So first you see there are some organs that is very important in this system. A pair of ovaries, this is the ovary, you see here, this blue colored. Actually it is not a blue, it is the diagram, that's why it's so in or can indicate. So for the indication, its color is blue. So this blue colored is ovary. So you see one is in right hand side and another one is in left hand side. So it is in pair, that's why it is written here, a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts. This one is oviduct. We will discuss functions about all these organs. Now you just see the location of these organs. This is ovary and this is oviduct. Uterus, this is the cavity, you can see here, this is the cavity, this cavity is known as uterus. Cervix, this is the pathway like structure, this is cervix. Vagina, the outer part of the cervix, the pathway cervix part below the part is known as vagina. External genitalia, it means that the external part of the reproductive system. And the mammary glands, actually it is not the part of the reproductive system, but it's aids in child care after childbirth or after the parturition, that's why it is included here. So let's talk about all these mammary glands and all these things. So a pair of ovaries, so see ovary, this is the ovary. Okay, so discuss about their structure and function. What is the role of this in a female reproductive system? The ovaries is the main reproductive part, and other parts are the accessory parts, and the accessory glands are there. So let's discuss a ovaries in detail. Ovary, it is the primary female sex organs. It produce the ovum and other ovarian hormones. Okay, this is it produce ovum, that's why it is the main organ, because we require gametes for the sexual reproduction. So this is the organ that makes that produce the gamete, female gamete, that is known as ovum. That's why it is the primary sex organ of the human female. Okay, so this is ovary that produce ovum and some kinds of ovarian hormones also, that can help in production of the ovary and for the pregnancy and for the parturition. So this is the ovary, this is the function of the ovary. So it is located in the lower abdomen, lower abdomen means in the pelvic region, and are 2 to 4 centimeter. Okay, it is about, their length is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length. Okay, this is their length is 2 to 4 centimeter, and it is connected with the ligaments. Okay, it is connected with the ligament of pelvic wall. Actually, you just see here, this there it is light in colored, it is in light in colored. So let's show you how it looks like. Okay, see this one is light in colored. It is ligament, that ligament connects and attaches the ovary. Okay, this ovary is attached with the ligament, and this is the wall, this is pelvic wall, where ligament is attached and ligament attaches the ovary. Okay, this is the structure. And now see their other function, and learn each ovary, this one and this one, talking about both. So each ovary each ovary is covered by epithelial cell. Okay, whenever you will see under the microscope, you will see their outer layer is covered with a particular type of cell that is known as epithelial cell, and it contains ovarian stroma. Inside there is the ovarian stroma. Ovarian stroma means that the cavity, the content inside the ovary. Okay, that is known as stroma, the space inside the ovary. The outer part is epithelial cell, it is covered with epithelial cells, and inside part is known as ovarian stroma. The ovarian stroma, whenever you will cut this ovary and you will see inside it, then it is it consists peripheral cortex and inner medulla. Okay, so whenever you will look inside the ovarian stroma, then it ovarian stroma will show you peripheral cortex and inner medulla inside it. Okay, it is not in your syllabus in detail, so just see this only. This is the ovary, this is the function of ovary in human female reproductive system. Now let's talk about oviduct. Okay, this is oviduct. You see, this is the oviduct in both side. This is oviduct. This oviduct is also known as fallopian tube, and it is about 10 to 12 centimeter. Okay, 10 to 12 centimeter in length in both side. Here to here, it is from ovarian part to the uterus. It is connected from ovary to the uterus in both side. So in both side, each oviduct is 10 to 12 centimeter long, and it is extended from ovary. Just you see, this is extended from ovary to uterus. Okay, just ovary to the uterus. The part of each oviduct lying towards the ovary is funnel shaped. You just see here, whenever you will see, whenever it is going towards the uterus, from where it looks like a funnel. Okay, it's look like a funnel. Both side you see, it looks like a funnel. You see here, and here it looks like funnel. This funnel shaped is known as infundibulum. Okay, it is fimbri like structure, just finger like structure. It is known as infundibulum. It is funnel structure, infundibulum. It has finger like projection, finger like structure. That finger like structure is known as fimbri. Okay, it is known as fimbri in both side. Okay, it is this diagram showing you ovary over the finger. That's why fingers like structure is not seen here, but the finger structure is found. Finger like projection is known as fimbri, and this part is the funnel part is known as infundibulum. Okay, the infundibulum, this infundibulum leads to the ampulla when it is going towards the uterus. So this infundibulum bends here, so this bending part is known as ampulla, and then it again bent here. Okay, this part, this is known as isthmus. Okay, this complete tube is known as fallopian tube. This complete tube is known as fallopian tube, and this funnel part is known as infundibulum, and first band it here, it is known as ampulla, and it whenever it will move towards the uterus, the junction of the uterus and fallopian tube, this part is known as isthmus. Understand? Which has a narrow lumen opening into uterus. This here is isthmus, which have the narrow lumen. You just see here is broad tube, but here some narrow parts. This is going towards the uterus. Okay, this is the things. Now let's talk about uterus. We have discussed ovary or fallopian tube, oviduct, and uterus. Now let's talk about uterus. This is the uterus. Uterus is also known as womb. Okay, where child grow and becomes adult for the parturition. So this is the area, this is the part where offspring grows and develop. Okay, so uterus, it is known as womb, and it their structure is just as pear shaped. Okay, pear is a fruit that fruit structure is just looks as pear shaped. Uterus is looks like pear shaped. Okay, this is the things. It is connected to the pelvic wall. This is the wall, you just see, this is the wall. Here it is wall, here it is wall, this is the wall. This wall is known as pelvic wall, and this pelvic wall, this here and here, this pelvic wall is attached with the ligament. Okay, the uterine wall consists of external perimeterium. Whenever you will see this is the uterus cavity, this is uterus cavity, and this uterus cavity is covered from whole side with a particular wall. There is a uterine wall, it is completely known as uterine wall, and there are three kinds of uterine wall. The innermost layer, this is the innermost layer of the uterus, and this is the middle layer of the uterus or pelvic wall, and this is the outer wall of the uterus. This is outer wall, this is the mid wall, and this is the innermost wall. Innermost wall is known as myometerium. Okay, this is inner sorry, it is innermost, it is innermost is known as endometerium. Endometerium, mid one is known as myometerium, and outer external is known as perimeterium. It is endometerium, myometerium, and external one is known as perimeterium. The endometerium means the innermost wall of the uterus. This is innermost, both side. There is innermost layer of the uterus. It is endometerium undergoes changes during menstrual cycle. Okay, whenever ovary forms or produce ovum, the production of during production of ovum and releasing of ovum, it will takes up to 14 to 28 days. That in every 28 days that changes in the ovary, in the same time the changes in ovary, that uterus also undergoes changes. Okay, here also changing some structures, so we will discuss it later. This is the uterus. Now let's talk about the cervix and vagina. This is the cervical canal, this is cervix, cervical part, and outer one is known as vagina. The cervix connects the uterus to the vagina. Okay, this cervix passage connects the vagina to uterus, this part uterus to the vagina. This is the pathway, the connection of vagina and uterus. The cervix and vagina constitute birth canal. This forms a birth canal for the parturition of offspring. The developed offspring comes out from this pathway, the cervical canal to the vagina. Okay, the external genitalia after vagina, the outer outer structure is known as external genitalia. External genitalia consist 4 to 5 things. That first one is known as mons pubis. Mons pubis is a this these mons pubis and labia majora, labia minora, hymen, clitorius, these all things is not looks in this diagram. This is external genitalia, that's why it is not, it will not look in the diagram. So you just see and listen carefully what I am telling to you. Okay, so whenever you will see outer of the vagina, their first part, just first part is known as mons pubis. Mons pubis means fatty tissues. It is fatty tissues covered by skin and pubic hair. Okay, it is covered by skin and pubic hair. And after over the mons pubis there is known as labia majora. Labia majora, it extends from mons pubis and surrounds the vaginal opening. Okay, this vaginal opening, this after vagina there is the vaginal opening. That vaginal opening is surrounded with the labia majora that extends from mons pubis to the vaginal opening. Okay, after it over the labia majora there is another part that is known as labia minora. Labia minora, that is fold of skin. That is fold of skin, uh, that fold skin beneath the labia majora. Okay, that is beneath the labia majora. uh, in before I discussed labia majora. Labia majora folds the skin of the labia minora, and just after another part there is a hymen that is partially covers the vaginal opening. Okay, vaginal opening is covered, com- partially covered, not completely, partially covered with hymen. And last one is known as clitoris. Clitoris, that lies at the junction of labia minora. Okay, that is lies at the junction of labia minora. Let's show you all these things in written form. Okay, let's see. External genitalia, it consists of mons pubis, that is fatty tissue covered by skin and pubic hair. Labia majora extends from mons pubis and surrounds the vaginal opening. Labia minora, fold of skin beneath the labia majora. Hymen partially covers the vaginal opening. Clitoris lies at the junction of labia minora. Okay, this is the things of female reproductive system. After this all, I will teach you details about the gametogenesis and sexual reproduction in human.